Chris Stanner.
Coach, got a couple wins here in South Carolina. Good one, 600.
Just grateful to be the coach here, and I've never made a play, never gotten a hit, and I never fielded one. So I'm just grateful for the former players and great coaches. Just glad to be in this position.
Ray, given the way y'all hit home runs over the years, and you sort of struggled this year, it's sort of ironic you hit 5 on the night that you get 600.
You know, I was thinking about, you know, in the 7th or 8th inning, we had a few balls get out tonight, which it hadn't been there for us all year, and we were just talking about it back in the locker room. You know, maybe we'll hit some in the second half. Who knows? But it was good to see some balls get out.
Coach, you think that your players are kind of amped for this game, considering the Citadel, the regular season sweep last year, and then being ranked 25th coming in? That it kind of meant something special tonight?
Well, anytime we play, it's always a good game. It's been a great rivalry. Coach Jordan and I go back a long ways, and the games are always good, and I think both teams are always ready to play. We're fortunate to get some runs early tonight and then held up, but you know, it's always a game where both teams are ready to go.
Is that good to jump on a team like that and not let them feel like they're in the game?
Well, you know, when it was 6-0, I wasn't all that comfortable, to be honest with you. You know, they battled back. They had some run scoring opportunities. Kobe went and made a couple of big pitches when he needed to keep some run scoring opportunities from happening. But you know, I like I said, I still wasn't comfortable at that point, and they got some runners on.
Did you wonder what you were going to get out of him?
I did. I knew he would compete, and I was hoping he'd go 4 or 5, and he did. He got 5 in, and I thought he really made some big pitches when he got in some pickles out there. He, you know, if you look at his line, it's a pretty good line. I think 5 hits, 5 innings, and only 1 walk. But when he was in a couple of jams, he got a big strikeout, and you know, he revved it up a little bit when he had to go get a big out.
Ray, what pushed Roth and Barry to the start lineup?
You know, I think a couple of things. Just making some changes. Barry has, if you remember, Barry had a damaged hand last year. Didn't get many opportunities in the fall for us. He was battling his way back. He thought he was ready to go when the season started. He played, he competed, but it hasn't been great. It's just starting to come around a little bit now where he feels normal. So, you know, he was fortunate tonight. I think he ended up with 4 hits. A couple of them were jam jobs, and then he got an infield hits, but they count. And you know, I think that you know, he'll have a better second half swing in the bat. I want to get Ross some opportunities. He's a guy that has made progress offensively, although he's going to be pitching a lot. I want him to be available for us to come off the bench, and the only way to do that is get some opportunities. And of course, you know, Walker and Ebert have been pretty quiet, so you know, Jones got another opportunity, did a nice job.
T.J. Clarkson was pretty impressive against you guys last year.
Very much so.
What was different this time around?
Well, you know, I don't know. In baseball, sometimes the momentum gets you a little bit. Matthews makes a great play in the first inning, a ball off the wall that probably would have ended up being 1st and 3rd for them. Then all of a sudden, they make an error. Jackie hits a 2-run homer. It changes very quickly, a momentum shift. But Clarkson, you know, he still made some good pitches, but we were able to capitalize a little bit. I think he had 4 walks. That probably hurt him a little bit as well.
Knowing what he did against you guys last year, how much did that weigh in your mind today?
Yeah, you know, I try to deter our players from thinking like that. I mean, this is not a sport where you rev it up and go because, you know, you're doing a revenge thing or this guy did this to you last year. It's hard to compete like that in our sport. So we just try to, you know, look at the scouting report, keep it in perspective. This guy did this last year. This is what made him successful. Let's try to be prepared for it tonight. And obviously he wasn't as sharp tonight as he was a year ago.
Did that eat it all at you last year to lose to them twice?
Anytime I lose a game, it gets me. But no, not any more than any other game. I tell you, you know, Coach Jordan will soon become the winningest coach in the history of baseball at the Citadel, and I've said this before. Of all the people I've ever competed against, he does as good a job as anybody. And year in, year out, you look at his record, the Southern Conference Championship, he's undefeated right now in the league. So I'm not, you know, I lose games, and certainly when I lose to somebody like Coach Jordan, with the way he runs his program and the class and dignity, it sure hurts to lose, but I know that I'm losing to one of the best guys in the business.
Coach Tanner, it seems like you guys are able to keep the momentum from the success on the weekends going into midweek. You play well, conference play, you turn around, you have that extra inning affair of Georgia Southern, a lot of winning, it's a good program up there. You do take 2 out of 3 Auburn, come back around, play a national ranked team at home, beat them. Do you feel like the experience of this year's team is helping to keep it going during the week after you come off a solid weekend?
Well, I think it's important that, you know, you get 56 regular season games, and you have to play with heightened awareness. You have to come to play. There can't have any letdowns. You can play poorly, but you have to play hard, and you have to play with heightened awareness. And, you know, I credit guys like Wingo. They had to have a little bounce in their step. Merrifield, you know, Kyle Enders, who didn't start the game tonight. You know, guys like that, they do a great job of emphasizing how important every single inning is. And, you know, give it your best shot and try to stay in position to win.
How happy are you with what Scott has done this year so far?
Well, I'm ecstatic. He's, I think now with his home run, he's tied for the team lead in home runs. So the guy loves to play, plays hard. He made an investment physically. He's made an investment, you know, in the batting cage. He's done a lot of things to become a good player. And, you know, there are no guarantees when you do that, but you put yourself in a position for some good things to happen. And, you know, we're almost at the halfway point, and he's had a good run.
Have you ever seen hit 200 as a freshman and just kind of go away?
Lots of them. Lots of them. The game will destroy you. The game will humble you in a way that you've never been humbled before. It's a cruel game, and a lot of guys can't do what he's done. They can't get back in a position to get it turned around and be successful. And a lot of guys can't get back on the field. Yeah, but you know, like I said, the guy brings great defense. He brings energy, and you know, he brings, for me, and I believe in him. And at times I get very frustrated with him, but I believe in him, and I think he can win with guys like Wingo.
You recall it being part of a team, a coaching team, where midway through the year, almost midway, the leadoff hitter, the number 9 hitter, were tied for it.
No, you know, that just came up in the locker room. I'm like, my goodness, I can't ever remember that happening. And you know, as we sit here, and we're 3 games away from the midway point, I don't know what our best lineup is. I don't know. I don't know who I'm going to play on Friday. I don't know what our best lineup is.
Is that because the struggles of Christian and Nick and
well, that
Bill probably watched the
that's played a role. That's played a role. But you know, Jeffrey Jones is a pretty good player. You know, he has some quality at bats. Robert Berry now, I said Adam Matthews has made great progress. You know, Morales has some great intangibles. Although he's hitting, you know, mid 250, he's a guy that helps you win in a lot of other ways. I don't know what our best lineup is.
Well, what does that say when you're not really sure about your offense, but you won 14 and 15?
Great pitching. I mean, our pitching staff has kept us in a position to win. That's been the one constant. There's been games where we haven't gotten good production offensively. We've had a solid defense. The 3 errors tonight, you know, one was with Jackie, one was with Taylor trying to make a good play. So, you know, 3 errors, that doesn't disturb me a lot. In general, we played good defense, but our pitching staff has enabled us to win. And that's been the bright spot, you know, for me. And you know, we were double-digit hits tonight. We did some good things, but we've got to try to get at least a lineup out there that you feel like will be a steady lineup, at least against right or left. Maybe it'll switch, but you know, I'm not 100% about what the lineup should be right now.
Looks like John Taylor rebounded pretty well from his poor start. He got 1 hit in the last 6 or 7 innings, I think.
Yeah, he's done a nice job, and you know, we brought him in tonight. That was, you know, because of the way he had pitched